Okay guys, welcome back. We're back in my basement fitness area. As you can see, it's about 10 feet long by maybe 8 feet wide, so really you can do these workouts in almost any small space that you have. I like to use a yoga mat on this carpet. I would suggest if you're doing it on a hard floor, definitely use a yoga mat, if not something a little thicker. So today we're going to go through the ab and cardio circuit. This morning I did an upper body circuit with a bit of legs mixed in, so this is a good workout to offset that, so you're not working the same thing twice in a day. I will say I put ab exercises in almost every single workout that I do, whether or not it's specifically ab exercises or whether it's just exercises such as squatting or even bench pressing that requires a lot of core strength. So abs are something that you can kind of get away with working on every day, but otherwise you definitely want to alternate legs and upper body days where possible. So this is a pretty simple circuit. I'm just going to go through 8 different core exercises, and each one is then supersetted with just a light leg exercise that's kind of more cardio based, as more like active recovery between the sets of abs, so you're not just pounding your abs all like back to back to back. So essentially I've got 8 ab exercises, 4 active recovery leg exercises. So I just alternate between them. So I'll go twice through with the leg exercises, once through with the ab exercises, and that will be one circuit. Whether or not you want to do the entire circuit again is up to you, and whether or not you want to change the number of reps for each exercise is up to you as well. But I will go through and I will demonstrate them all and leave the rest up to you. So it starts with bicycle crunches, and then we'll go from there. So with bicycle crunches, you're flat on your back. You want to make sure you're keeping a neutral spine, so spine to the floor. Bring your legs up. Your arms are behind your head only as support. You're not yanking your head. You want to keep flexed abs throughout, and you're essentially just spinning your bike. So that's half a rep, that's a full rep. So I would usually do 24 reps. Okay, so that's, it would be 48 half reps is what I usually count. So the first active recovery is jumping jacks. Pretty simple. I won't jump very high because I've got a pretty low ceiling. You're just bringing your arms together and then out at the same time. So I like to do things in sets of 12 or 24, so I'll do 24 here. Okay, next ab exercise is another classic, mountain climbers. So you're going into an elevated plank position, just bringing your knee to your chest, trying to keep your bum down or stop it from piking or sagging. You want a pretty flat angle. So that's 24 reps. Again, that being 1 rep. So each leg up, that's a rep. That's a half rep. That's a half rep. Full rep. Next one, I've demonstrated this one before, plyometric split squats. So you're just going into a lunge position, going down, switching, scissor legs, and switching. Again, watch your head if you've got a low roof.
The farther apart your legs are and the deeper you go into the squat, the harder the exercise is. So if you're struggling a bit, you can stand a little more upright and take smaller strides.
That's 12 full reps, 24 half reps. Next we have flutter kicks. So this one's kind of like your bicycle crunches, except with legs extended. So you do same starting position. Try to keep the arch of your back. Try to keep from arching off the floor. You want to try to press your abs down into the floor. Again, support, but don't yank on your head. And this time you're keeping your legs straight. It's just like you're doing a bit of a swim. So 1, 2, that's a full rep. That's another full rep.
Make sure you don't hold your breath and keep breathing throughout this exercise.
So that was 24 full reps. I'd say that's a good starting point. I sometimes do up to twice that much. The third is skater strides. So this one you might need it'll be a little tight here, but I think it's doable. So you go into an athletic stance, and all you're doing is jumping laterally, like you're doing a bit of a speed skate. So you're jumping, hold, push. Really try to work on stabilizing that knee. I've lost count, but I would do 24 total jumps, so 12 full reps. Let's just do 4 more. So those are skater strides. Next we have, I like to call them hill climbers. Same as mountain climber. Rather than being from a full upright plank position, you're from your arms or from your elbows. Same thing. I would go for 24 full reps as kind of a minimum standard, with that being a full rep. Another one.
When doing this exercise, I really like to think about driving that knee towards the opposite elbow and working the obliques a little bit.
And so the last leg exercise, recovery one, is repeater steps. You may not have done this one before, so I will demonstrate accordingly. Essentially what you're doing is you're working your stabilizing leg while the other one is moving. So I'll show from a couple different angles. So in this one, the left leg will be, my left leg will be the stabilizer. This one's the moving. So you're driving your leg up, almost like you're doing a mountain climber, except standing up. And so I'm going to do 12 reps on this side, and then 12 reps on this side. Then switch sides. I'll show you a different angle.
Make sure that you're pumping your arms in this one too. It really helps the movement and helps work that stabilizing leg.
Whoa. So you're really working that stabilizer to keep your balance while you're doing that one. So that's the entire circuit of leg exercises. We've still got a whole nother circuit to do of ab exercises. So the next one is more of an oblique exercise. So what you do, you go into like the classic sit-up position, legs at about 90 degrees here, and all you're doing is you're just barely pulling your shoulder blades off the floor, so keeping your abs tense the entire time, and you're just twisting to touch the heel. So here, that would be 1 full rep, so I'm going to aim for 24 full reps. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So for this exercise, the closer you bring your heels in towards your bum, the less far that you have to travel and the easier the exercise.
So that is heel touches. So then we're back to the start with the recovery exercises. I'll do my jumping jacks again. Again, if you want to add a bit of intensity, you can make them sumo jumping jacks by going lower on the bottom. I can't go all the way up with my hands because of the roof, but you'll see. So just the classic, a little more sumo. This next one is also a good oblique exercise. So what you're doing is you're getting into a V sit position. So with your chest and your legs in a very shallow V position. And all you're doing is clasping your hands. You can do this with a weight if you're more advanced. And you're just touching side to side while you are in a flex position. So you bring them both up. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible, hands together, and so we'll do 24 on each side, 48 total.
This exercise is also sometimes referred to as a Russian twist.
So that's half. And that's V sits with a twist. Back to plyometric squats. So this is the last of the crunch type ab exercises. I call it a dead bug crunch. It's perhaps slightly better than a standard crunch because you're not using your hips to give you momentum when you're coming up and down. So you go into what's called dead bug position with your legs in tabletop. So you're kind of pressing your lower back into the floor and you're just doing 24 crunches.
Again, as with any crunch type exercise, the arms behind the head are only there for support and are not meant to help in the crunching action.
12. So now when you want to make sure that you're not You don't want to completely let your abs go to rest when they're at the bottom, so keep your shoulder blades off the floor. Couple more, we're back to skater strides. And last exercise. So this one you can do either standing or from your knees. I like to call them machine washers because they're like the old upright top loading washing machines. So all you do, stand up or kneel up straight, arms in front of you as kind of like your weight, and all you're doing is twisting your core, but you're using your abs to both twist and to stop. You're not just letting your muscles just like relax at the end. You make it like a very tight motion. So again, I'd probably do 24 each side. So that's 1 rep, 24 total.
During this exercise, feel free to rotate your entire upper body as I'm doing here, or look straight ahead and just rotate around the spine as in here.
So that's especially good for example, for me playing softball. It's very similar to a hitting motion, golfing, even playing frisbee with a nice hucking motion. A good exercise for that. And then we've got just the last leg exercise, the repeater steps again. And that's it. So that's one full circuit. Shouldn't take you longer than 20 minutes to complete one circuit. And then, yeah, so whether or not you want to do that whole circuit again, or just use it as part of a full home workout, is up to you. Thanks for joining.